If you're thinking of selling on Amazon and you want to hear about the dark side, then this is a video for you. Right now, I'm going through a problem in my Amazon business, and you know what? Amazon is the problem. And I want to share that experience with you, so stay tuned. If you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson, and quite simply, I always start my videos on, I'm on a mission to do £1 million in the next 18 months. I'll drop a link up there, and I pretty much do that all the time. But right now, I'm questioning that. I'm questioning the whole mission. I'm questioning the business. Now, I vlog, I talk, I document the journey, I share my top tips and tricks. But today, that is a big question that I'm asking. Can I continue this journey? Can I even continue my Amazon business? And I want to share with you all about what's happened and why. Now, I'm going to go through the case by case, step by step, what's happened and as it went through chronologically. I'll also talk about why I think it's happened and the effect it's had on my business, what I've done so far in my Amazon business, and then also as well, the big question, will I continue selling on Amazon? That's the question. Will I continue my journey? Don't know. Let's get into it. Okay, so a little bit of background. If you don't know who I am, I've been selling 4 years on Amazon, and I've pretty much been doing 20, 30K consistently, pretty much most of that time, 10K up. And probably about 4 or 5 months ago, we started to really increase that. We started to touch upon 60K. Now, quite simply, I do the Amazon arbitrage business model, and there are risks in that, I don't deny, and one element is the fact that you get things like IP infringements, but another business that I also run at the same time, FastTrackFBA, is a lead service for online arbitrage. And as part of that as well, we create a list of always updating, monitoring, tracking IP or brands that we should need to be aware of. And quite simply, I've always made sure that my account, we're never selling any of those brands. And I'll share a screenshot kind of like just here of my account health. Right now, this has pretty much got nothing on it, and the ones we have got have been a couple of months old at least. Nothing new has come in. So my account health status is really good. Nothing's recently happened. And I like to think that I run a pretty good operation. We're a runner type ship. Oh, by the way, if you want to know about the IP checker, I'll drop a link down below. You can use that as well. It's quite good to make sure that you're just staying away from brands which do IP problems. Now, what's happened? This is the big question. So about 2 weeks ago, Monday the 9th of November, today is Thursday the 19th. Every Monday, we pretty much cash out our bank balance, we disburse our money from our account. Happened, not a problem. Then on the Tuesday, I think I went in, I was doing some work with my admin VA, and I basically saw that the funds available were 0. Now, I didn't really think much about it, and there's a little button, I'll share a picture up here, because I've taken pictures since then of what it looked like. Now, I didn't really think much about it because we just cashed out, and I don't really check it too much. I don't do it every day. So I was like, okay, fine, maybe something's happening. So I didn't really think about it. Now, the following day, we got a performance notification from Amazon. And again, I'll drop a picture up here of what that is, so you can have a look at that. Now, quite simply, Amazon came back to me and said, we need some information for your Amazon payment account. And I was like, okay, bit interesting. And they asked me to they said that my, what's it called? They said basically my SIC code, which is Standard Industrial Classification Code, which is like a code you put on your limited company to say what kind of industry you operate in for classifying different businesses. That code wasn't correct to what was in Amazon Seller Central. And I kind of questioned it for a second because I was like, my God, I've never told Amazon what that is, nor have I ever entered that information in, nor have I ever seen anywhere to enter it. So I was a bit like, But you know what? I thought, okay, fine, I'll get it changed. I'm not going to start a whole argument, so I'll get it changed. Now, at the same time, I remember thinking, the day before I couldn't cash out. And this was also as well a message from Amazon payment account. So also I noticed that I couldn't disburse my money. I was like, there was money available, but I couldn't disburse anything. So, I thought I'd just get it changed because I want my money, that's it. And it doesn't matter to me what code it has to be. So I did change it to the normal reselling online. Now, basically I submitted that and I waited, nothing happened. But I was watching that disbursement every day. I was checking it, couldn't cash out. So I thought, I don't need it till Monday. I'm just gonna see how it goes. Friday came around and I got another email, another notification from Amazon. And it basically said, action required, information needed for your selling account or selling on Amazon payment. Now, quite simply, this was a little bit different. This was, we are contacting you because we need some information about all the individuals on your account. Now, that was fine. I was a bit like, okay, fine. I don't really understand why. But what was written at the end scared me, really, really scared me. If you do not provide the information requested, we will restrict your account as follows. And they basically gave dates, 27th of November 2020, and then also 11th of December 2020, we will not be allowed to sell. Now, that use of language was quite different. It wasn't like, hey, can you change this? We want this happening. This was, if you don't do what we're saying, we're going to not restrict, we're going to stop you from selling. Like, we're going to shut your business down. I was like, that's serious. That is really serious. And I was a bit taken back by that. I was like, whoa, you just asked me to do something and I've done nothing wrong, but already you're pulling out if you don't do this, we're going to shut you down. I was like, whoa, that is scary. I basically sent them an email about, I looked through all my secondary users on my account, and I sent them an email with all the secondary users, who they were, including myself. Obviously, I'm on the account as well, and where they're logging in from and who they are. Now, one thing I will add is that what we did realize was that there were 3 accounts which were by old members of staff. So I didn't want to start editing everything right now. I basically just sent it back, say this member of staff no longer works for us. And then they came back with another message, very different, saying, oh, if you want to add sellers in, you need to put them into Seller Central as a secondary user. I was thinking, interesting. That I travel quite a lot. Part of my videos, this year, in the last 5 months, I've probably been in Vietnam, England, Lithuania, and now I'm in Gran Canaria. But I've been in Gran Canaria now for the last month and a half. So while I've moved around, recently I haven't moved around at all. I've been quite static here. So they came back to me with this and I was a bit like, okay, really interesting. So what did I do? I said, right, I'm going to take this as an opportunity to clear up the Seller Central, all my secondary logins. So I deleted out any of the old staff. I deleted out the staff we weren't using and just kind of tidied it up. So I went back to them and said, thank you very much. I've now corrected it all. And then I waited. Now, to put it in this perspective, that was Friday and Monday. And Monday I couldn't get the money back. So I was literally waiting. And today is Thursday. And I've messaged Amazon yesterday and I said, hey, I've given you everything you wanted. You didn't let me know about this, and it's really important for me to get this money out. Why? To buy more stock. I'm thinking about Amazon cares about the customer, and that's what I'm trying to say. I want to get the money out to buy more stock because Amazon might be interested in that. But then also as well, I've got bills to pay and an operation to run. Staff payments are coming up, payroll, etc. So I'll share a video just up here of what it looks like. We've got nearly £40,000, between 35 and 40, of cash that we just can't get out of our account. That is really, really worrying. So right now it's Thursday. I've got nearly 40k of cash sat in Amazon's bank accounts that they've already withheld for 2 weeks, by the way, that I can't access. And I've got a business to run, I've got bills to pay. I want to keep my business afloat. So one of the questions you might ask is like, what happened, or why did it happen? Why do I think this has happened? Well, quite simply, I don't know. Like I said before, I've got good metrics. I shared them. I like to think they're good metrics. In the Amazon game, I know people with a lot worse, and for the volume we're doing, I've got 97% seller feedback score. We don't get a lot of questions and we do a good job. Messages get responded to, very on top of it. One of the questions you might ask is, what effect has this had on my business? Well, quite simply, I can still ship stock in. I've still got stock going from my warehouse into Amazon, and I'm still shipping that in because if it can sell, it can sell. And we're still making sales. We're not restricted from selling at all. We could still ship, we can still sell, no listings are blocked. But it really makes me question if I want to continue to invest more money in stock, knowing that it's not going to come back out, or how long it's going to be. Now, the big worry for me is Amazon can withhold my money at any point without warning, without notice, without resolution or an estimation of when we can get it resolved. And nor can I speak to anyone. I called Seller Central support and they said, oh, it's with the seller verification team, you've got to email them. So that is scary and that is worrying, like seriously worrying. Now, I would really understand this. If I'd done something wrong, if my account was in poor health and I'd really not listened to what Amazon has said, then I'd passed some kind of deadline, I'd really understand. But what I've seen is that Amazon has basically blocked my account blocked access to my funds for nearly 2 weeks now, with no prior warning, no notice, or no justification other than the fact that they're checking my account. And they're not even going to tell me when I'm going to get it resolved. Like, I could understand if they say, oh, we're going to check your account for a week, we're not going to allow you to disperse. Maybe if they give you a notice or something, I'd be like, okay, thank you for letting me know. I'll take a payment out now. We'll go through the process, and if you find problems, let's get them resolved. But they'll say that, if they'd given me a heads up. But they didn't. They just did it randomly. Now, one of the questions you might be asking is, what have we done so far to manage the impact of this? Well, quite simply, I've worked with my admin VA and my purchasing manager. Obviously, straight away, we stopped purchasing, you know that. But also, as well, we have basically done a timeline of how much cash we've got, what our liabilities are when they're due, and how long can we survive until we basically go bankrupt, which is not a nice experience ever to do. So, obviously a business is eventually going to go bankrupt if it has no income. So we literally had to do that and said, if I had to inject money into the business, how much would I have to inject and how long would that make us survive? That was a horrible point. And that was even looking at getting the staff paid, doing everything we needed to do. So really stopped purchasing, managed our cash flow all the way down, timelines to when we'd go bankrupt. That's a concern. Really, really scary. And hey, if you're going through this journey, I'd really recommend doing that, because that's a really important exercise to understand how long can you survive. Will I continue to sell on Amazon? And I think I should break this down. What is Amazon? Well, the whole experience of selling on Amazon is quite simply the fact that the business model is you are using Amazon's platform, their traffic, and that is allowing you to get sales very, very quickly. And also as well, you can use the data behind it to find products which are selling really well. And obviously you pay Amazon for that privilege, which is through FBA fee if you're using FBA, and also the service fee or the referral fee. That is the fee that you pay Amazon for that privilege using the platform. Also, what I love about selling on Amazon is the fact that you get to focus on one area: sourcing, finding products, finding deals. And if you're a bit of a wheeler dealer, and a lot of us are, we really love that. That's great. We don't have to worry about marketing, all these other things like building big teams, sales and marketing, managing teams. If you don't want to, you can do it on your own. And a lot of people do this on their own. And I love that. I think that's a great opportunity. And I understand there are rules. There are rules that Amazon's got to put in place to protect the customers, to protect Amazon, to protect us as sellers, and just make sure the whole process runs slick. And I really, really get that. But what worries me is that I've not broken a single rule. I've done everything legitimately. I have good account health. I've followed everything that Amazon's asked of me. And quite simply, they've decided to withhold my money. And they've done it without telling me, without warning, without a way to resolve it, nor an estimation of when it's going to complete. How can I run a business if someone's just going to stop paying me my money and never tell me when I'm going to get it back? Now, I'll say this, and I said it before in my videos, and I've said it when I've interviewed with people, and other people have said it to me, is the fact that it's like this one thing, and I'll say it in a second, this one thing has come back and slapped me across the face and to say, hey, you need a wake-up call. Quite simply, what is it? Is that when you sell on Amazon, you have one customer. That is it. Amazon is your only customer. And at any point, they can say, bye-bye. Now, I think this is a great opportunity selling on Amazon, but I do think you need to be acutely aware that at any point, they can just pull the rug out from underneath you and say, no, sorry, you're no longer selling. Even if you're doing everything right. So just be mindful of that. Manage your risk and reverse against that. Will I continue to sell on Amazon? Will I continue the £1 million journey? And the answer is, I don't know. I really don't know. I need to play this out. I know that when you're in a bad situation, it's very bad to make a judgment call, to make a decision. I need to see what happens with this. I need to see how long it lasts. I need to see what the resolution is and what the problems were. And you know what, regardless of whatever happens, I'll do a video on the whole journey and what I learned from it, and if there's anything you can take away. But I think I need to just see what happens before I make any decisions. But I think it has taught me something. I need to be careful about how much risk I'm putting on it, or how much exposure I'm having to Amazon and having one customer. And I think for you, listening to this, watching this video, that is something you should really take away. Just be careful. You only ever have one customer. What I will say is, I don't know the answer. We'll see how it goes, and I will let you know in another update video once we know. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be a good result. And thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I'll release a video soon that's going to have some good news. Fingers crossed.